My favorite song growing up was Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. And my favorite part of that song is when at the end he whispers, make a change, make that change. And the whole song is about bettering yourself. And it's like just in case you were inspired at the beginning of the song and then it maybe went on a little too long and you forgot what you were going to do by the end of it, he whispers to remind you, make that change. And you're listening and you're like, oh yeah. My mirror, you got to feel real good. Make that chum, I got the chum on the bean chop. Try to be low. My mirror. You knew it. You knew. You knew it. You know. You know. Michael Jackson made almost exclusively weird noises, and everyone loved it. Okay. If you beep at someone while they're walking in a crosswalk and they have the signal to walk in a crosswalk and they're not doing it fast enough for you and you're in a car, you're an asshole. Just in case you've ever done that and you've been at a party or with some friends and your friends are like, you're an asshole. And you're like, no, I'm not. I don't think I am. Then maybe you went home and you ruminated on it. You're like, wait a minute. Am I an ass? Could I be the problem? Yeah. What's next? Also, people who call people boss. Same. Also, people who ignore greeters in store, like CVS. There's always that one teenager standing by the door and says, hello, welcome to CVS. Let me know if I could tell you where condoms are at. Or whatever they say. The people who walk right by those people and don't acknowledge with, a little smile or like a nod or something. You don't have to stop and have a whole conversation with them. But if you do that and you don't acknowledge they're present at all, you're an ass. You're being an ass. You're being a whole butt. Change. Make that change. Also, people who say this house is going to make everybody else jealous on Fixer Uppers. Right? You ever see that show Fixer Upper? We talked about it briefly before. Well, I don't know if you understand. I made a separate, this isn't about me. I'm talking about the show Fixer Uppers. The people at the end where they show you your new house. And if you look at your brand new dream home and the first thing out of your mouth is, this house is going to make everyone else jealous, you might have to check your shorts for being a piece of shit. Go ahead and check yourself. You're on your way to wrecking your own self, your whole life, by being a piece of shit. That's not why you should want a beautiful house. You should want a beautiful, this is going to make everyone else. Has nothing to do with everybody else. You making the most dreamlike, most comfortable scenario for you to watch TV, masturbate on your couch, whatever you do. Pour yourself cereal. That's my place to pour myself cereal, is so much cooler than anyone else's cereal pouring building. Dogs. We got a couple things about dogs on the docket today. I was in a grocery store, as I normally am, I suppose. I don't know if that's a humble brag or not. I'm just where you could find me up in the grocery store. I'm like 50 Cent if instead of Klubes, I was in a grocery store. I walked by a woman with her dog. She had her dog in the store. I'm sure it was a service dog. And she goes, the dog wasn't listening. And she goes, oh, my dog is so rebellious. No, it's not. You just didn't train your dog. Your dog isn't rebellious. Your dog didn't walk into a Whole Foods and look at the price tags and say, I've had just about enough. I feel like we're being taken advantage of, and go and piss in the corner. No, Your dog's just pissing in the corner. Your dog's not sticking it to the man. You just didn't walk your dog, and now your dog is pissing where people buy food. Ooh, my dog's so rebellious. No, you need to be a stronger person, and you need to tell the animal what the animal should be doing. What is that? Ghost? Getting a bit of a ghost vibe from my new... We moved, by the way, and now this is new. And I'll get something to cover this, because this is no good. And that hasn't been used in 10 years. So we're going to get... we're going to go make sure we take up some good closet space with all that. Different person, same subject line. We were walking around our new apartment, and this was the funniest thing that happened all week. There was a dude... and he was with his dog, and there are two different types of people, okay? There are people who want their dog to be trained off a leash so they can walk them around off leash, and there are people who have their dog trained to be off leash. But it's very important that those two people don't confuse themselves for the other person, because most people just want their dog to be trained off leash, but they don't have the discipline or the time or the work ethic to make that, or maybe their dog's too rebellious and doesn't jive with that lifestyle. But this person absolutely didn't have a dog that was trained off leash, and the dog's name was Thor. And the dude goes, there was a family that walked by, a mother and a father and a toddler and a baby. And this dog was like not a pit bull, but the dog was just bigger, like 40-pound dog. And they walked by this family, and the family was like visibly nervous, obviously, because there's a strange dog meandering towards your baby, which is like cold cuts to an animal, to a wild animal off a leash, right? The leash is kind of the domestication indicator, right? Oh, that dog has a leash. That's probably all right. But if you see a dog and it doesn't have any tags or leash or anything, you're like, oh, no matter what, right? So the dog walks by this family, and the family gets nervous, and the dude goes, oh, that's just Thor. Oh, you're just looking at Thor right now. Thor's all right. Don't you worry about him. He's a big teddy bear. Thor, get over here. Dog obviously doesn't listen, because he's type number 1. Thor, get over here. Said it 3 or 4 times. And then he said the funniest thing I've heard all week, which is, Thor, get over here. I'm not going to say it again. As if his dog understands that line of questioning type conversation. Oh, no, uh-oh. This is me and my dog brain now. Uh-oh. The owner seems pretty upset, but a little more upset than usual. And he's already told me one thing that I clearly, obviously understand, and I'm still not obeying him because I got a little rebellion in me, but he's not going to say it again. So this is the dog understands that this is his last chance. I'll bet everything in my bank account that you're going to ask him again. You're probably going to say it again. You're probably going to say Thor out loud again. And then maybe your dog will eventually come. But more than anything, you're probably that's not the last time you're going to say it. And then he proceeded to say it 5 more times. So I'd be way richer. Again, thank you for all your support always. And especially after that last video, that was really fun. If you want to support me in person tonight, well, you missed out on the show tonight. We had a great time. I was hilarious. And then Friends and Friends show is the crowd work show in West Hollywood Saturday, the 18th. And there's a link to tickets below. Also, you can get t-shirts in the didn't leave out any t-shirts. That's my mistake. And that's all below. You'll see a list of names pop up. I'm going to probably have to affect the screen so it's not all white and the names don't blend in with the whiteness, which is such a problem in 2018. And we're going to have a fun time. We're going to have a real fun time. If you don't know what crowd work is, it's when a bunch of comedians get nervous because they can't do any of their material. And how funny they are is based on the conversation that they have with you, the crowd. Past couple shows have sold out. It's been awesome every time. If you're too far away and you want to see what that show looks like, I uploaded a cut down of one of the shows. It's like a 40-minute video, and the members of the channel could see that. So if you click down below, there's a button that says join. I think even if you're on mobile, there's a little button that says join. That'll sign you up for a $5 a month fee. And there's a bunch of videos now that you can't see anywhere else, and that's one of them. So enjoy that. I've enjoyed my time with us here today, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. This show is called Mike in the Morning. It comes out every Tuesday and Friday. Tuesday. Make that change. There's a whole chorus of people that goes, change. 17-part harmony. And then in the background, Michael Jackson goes, make that change. And there's so much reverb on the voice.